So I'm going to try and make this video before I ever get harassed or that the tide comes in. Okay, so disclaimer, I am pissed about what's happening at 227 at the minute. So I have actually come down here to try and cool off, come down to the beach. And there's no umeme, so this battery could die, so actually let me speed up. Anyway, so as I'm going to go onto the bloody hell, mine's that frass. As I'm going to go into sunset, I've kind of got like, I don't know if you can see, I've just got some black jeans on. It's not particularly hot or whatever else. Black jeans, black top, whatever. There's no umeme, like I said, so I'm kind of going to get one juice, and then I can hopefully charge up my phone or whatever. So as I'm walking onto, and I'm sure I've said this before, and it's, you know what it's like trying to explain this to the people that are here. You see, if you're broke right now, and then you see people with money in a situation that they might see as undesirable, and you would say, oh no, I prefer to have that and money, right? But if you've had money before and you know what it is, and you don't have that struggle, trying to tell somebody who doesn't have any money that this is not the situation to be in. Like, if you've got money and then you're trying to explain to them it's not about the money, they're gonna just not have it. It's gonna be like, I prefer to have money and be in a bad situation than to have zero money. You understand what I mean? And it doesn't matter what you can explain to them, and and you might be unhappy and So being here is pretty much like that, trying to explain to people it's not what you think it is. You understand? So I'm speaking to my mostly melanated beings, and I know throughout most of my videos I have actually kind of made light comments about particular things, like when I said about the anklets and how you're perceived and so on and so forth. And I know a lot of people, a lot of European, Black, American, whatever, when they come and they say anything, yeah, people want to get mad. So what that means is, a lot of the time you're just like, I'm just not into the argument, I'm not into the back and the forth, so you don't say. But today I got time because I'm pissed anyway, so anyway, so I'm walking onto Sunset, and the fucking security, madam, so I'm in two minds now. Do I just ignore you? 'Cause I know what you want, I know what you want. So he comes and he says to me, do I have an appointment? He's got the green police uniform. Do I have an appointment at the restaurant? So I just put my hands on my hips, and I just look him bang in his eye, and I'm thinking, do I cuss out his absolute clot and tell him, or do I answer him? So I took the latter, and I was just like, restaurant, okay? So then he gives his hand like, oh, you can pass. So I said, make sure you're asking the white people, So he never understood me anyway. So I said, make sure you're asking the white people, And it's just like, you think that people are gonna, like, that was racially profiled. You think that only happens in Superdrug, where you are, in the UK. But no, you come here, and it's like a couple of people clocked it, They clocked it. But it's just like, well, actually, it's the same response as if that happened in the UK anyway. You understand? It's a no response. It's a, oh, that really happens to you. But the level of, I don't think people understand. When they're moving in like, yeah, paradise. I know people are going to say, oh, I prefer to be racially profiled in paradise than to be racially profiled in Superdrug. You understand? I know it's going to be that explanation for the people that are looking for something more. And for people here, when you try to explain, like a couple of tour operators wanted to come and look at the property and stuff like that. And they said, are you going to live here forever? And I was like, no, And it's like, oh my God, why not? You've done so much. And I'm like, I don't need to be thrown back every single time. You understand? You've got this, and obviously the way I come in wasn't the same as what a lot of people, you know, how they come in and stuff like that. So I say that to say it wasn't like a go back to Africa thing. You understand what I mean? So my expectations weren't, oh, I'm coming amongst my people. That weren't my expectations. But my expectations were, you know, we can come and we can share. There's something we can share about our histories and something that can progress us as a peoples. You understand? That was, or at least when I got here, it was like, we're all held back, regardless. As long as you've got this skin colour, we're all held back. And if we all shut our mouth to the other, we're just the same. We're just the same. You understand? So, don't fly in my ears. Oh, I don't know what you are. So, you know, people come with this dream and you try to explain, even to like the tour guides that have seemingly got some type of knowledge about what it might be. Like, you know that you can take your people and go into a restaurant and your people are going to deal with you bad. And the people that you take in there, they're going to deal with different. Like, how they were jumping around, mama, and you come and you're like, yeah, Dada, wait a minute. Like, what in the Smile Orange business is this? We're still doing this. Do you understand what I'm saying? And it's just like, it's just not landing. It's just not landing. I can honestly say, it's not going to be changed. Not in my lifetime. Not in my lifetime. You know, I know there's the saying, there's the exit, there's the black sit, and there's all of this shit. But it's literally now, what you're finding is, all of the ones exiting, you have to create your own community. Because the mix and blending, I said it before, the mix and blending, I don't know who, it's not, it's a not of that thing. And today I'm pissed, so it's like, sometimes it shows up and I'm just like, you just kind of, you know, but do you always want to be teaching? You know what I mean? Do you have the patience? Sometimes you've got to start from zero with everyone. You know, I went into Zanzibar to pay the bill. Is this still recording? 1 second. I hope that was still recording on me. Anyway, I've gone into Zanzibar to pay the bill. And he asked the question, so what did we miss? Like, you coming from Europe, like, what is there missing about me? And I literally did that. And I said, you know what, yeah? You're going to need to pinpoint what you're talking about. You're going to need to start from somewhere, because that's a very loaded question. There's a lot to unpack in you feeling like there's something missed. This is historic. So it's not just as simple as, you know, they're missing this, they're missing that, they're missing da-da-da-da. We know this is a programming at the same time. But it's like, it's not... You understand what I'm saying? It is a teaching. But who's up for the listening? Who's up for the really knowing and the understanding? It's all still where it was. It's still complexion against complexion, and it's all the same old shit. And it's like, ugh, I just can't. And, you know, I see the ones that kind of move to Bali, move to flipping, wherever they move to. And sometimes, because they're not into this, you know. You're not into this, you know what I mean? You have to, it's the old drega sayings. No skin Ferguson, all of that. You understand what I'm saying? It's just like, I don't want to be in that. I don't want to be in that. I want people to know, I want people to learn, but it's just not there. It's just not there. You know what I mean? Ugh. So, like, I don't know the word for it right now. I'm kind of pissed right now. But at the same time, I suppose that's the balance. Do you know what I mean? Or is it the balance? I don't know. It's just not ideal in paradise, like, all the time. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's not. You know, the other day, with what's kind of going on for me the other day, my daughter always says to me, Mum, you done this, you done this, and I'm like, yeah, it's all right. Yeah, it's all right. The other day, what happened, and I had to go back, really, what I've been through, that it's not even on here. It's not even on here. From having to sleep in the van, not because I was homeless, because I was trying to get maximum capacity out of the house I was renting, and I didn't have my own space. From police to harassment to burglaries to all, like how I'm being, like, there's just a lot you don't say, because you're going to get one big face individual that comes and pops up on everyone's thing who's got some shit to say. So I hope the same big face don't come up. No, it's an experience. We're talking about an experience. And when people go into Europe, they talk about their experience of staying there and what they, you know what I mean? But it's like, again, we come here, and again, I feel like I always need to clarify, mine wasn't for the same reasons, but still, we come here and just explain your experience, and it's just like, hey, why don't you go back? Have you ever been? Have you ever left? Because I don't think so. I don't think you have. That's why you say shit. Anyway, the tide looks like it's going back down. Kind of just want to express that. I'm going to continue because the guests that are there right now, sometimes it can be so, I don't know, just so annoying. I kind of left and there's a whole party going on in the kitchen, but I just wasn't in the mood. I was just like, what's going on here? What's everyone doing? Doesn't matter how many times you tell, do you know what I mean? Anyway, that's enough. Maybe I should put my feet in the water and then it will wash it away. It's like I've been down here like an hour, but I've kind of got to go back. And sometimes when I come down feeling like this and I put my feet in the water, I'm good. But anyway.